Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the emotional awareness coach. I have recently changed my name, the channel name, to the emotional awareness coach. I've been meditating and thinking about what I want to do with the channel for quite a while now, and I think that helping people and coaching them in the realm of emotional awareness and their emotions and being more in touch, in tune with their emotions and things like that. That's what I want to do. So I rebranded myself to the emotional awareness coach. So we're talking today about why emotional awareness is so important. And the main reason is because if you are not emotionally aware or aware of your emotions, then you will be controlled by them. There's this thing called projection, and so if you project, so the thing is, we're always projecting. So it's called psychological projection, and we're always projecting, our unconscious emotions, our unconscious beliefs and feelings about the world and whatever. And so we always manifest what we are unconsciously projecting. So it's important to become conscious of our feelings so that we are not projecting the wrong thing, because when we project the wrong thing, then we get it back in return. So today I just wanted to kind of talk about emotional awareness and what that means and things like that. So emotional awareness, well, emotional awareness is just becoming aware of your feelings, becoming aware of your emotions, becoming aware of the things that are unconscious. And so so all of us have unconscious feelings. All of us have like unconscious beliefs and assumptions and core beliefs and things like that. And so the thing is, so you can like, if you're not aware of those things, then you will project onto the world what you're unconsciously feeling and stuff like that. So this is why people are in a lot of pain, actually. People are in pain, and they do things like drinking and taking drugs and smoking and all that stuff to suppress their emotions, to not have their emotions. But the thing is, guys, why emotional awareness is so important is because your emotions never go away. They never go away. They are always with you. And so if you have any emotions that you have not healed and processed and worked through, if you have any emotions that you have not healed, those emotions are still with you, and you carry them around like a backpack full of rocks. They weigh you down, but and that's why people feel so crappy and become depressed, is because they can't deal with their emotions. And so when we become aware of the emotions, we start taking these rocks out of our backpack, and the load becomes easier. It there's less to carry around when we start acknowledging our emotions. One thing that we need to be aware of is that our emotions are not going to hurt us. We can feel completely safe and secure while having some of the most toughest, most awful, most uncomfortable emotions that are possible. We can take we can we can love ourselves through that, and we can we can learn to have the emotions that we have without acting out, without turning into some bad form of bad coping mechanism to help us. So yeah. So basically, guys, the universe is a loving place, and it's just our projection that makes it, that makes it difficult. Because most people have a lot of pain, a lot of unconscious pain, and so they project that onto the world, and they think of themselves as a victim, and so the projection that they will put out into the world is of that of a victim. And so, when they go out and interact with the world, they're going to be they're going to experience the world as a victim, and they will look for confirmation bias. They'll look for reasons to feel like a victim, to validate their projection. And so they'll, it all starts from within, guys. If you want your life to be better, then I suggest that you start looking within, and and dealing with the emotions and emotional awareness can be very hard. It can be very painful. It can be very overwhelming, and it can be a lot. I started doing Qigong, a certain form of Qigong that's very hidden and mystical. Anyway, and so when I did that form of Qigong, it opened up the heart center, and so I was forced to deal with my emotions and stuff. And so when you're first opening up that emotional part of you, or like if you're tapping into your emotions at first, and like let's say you have been ignoring your emotions for all of your life, and then now that you see this video and you see, oh, it's important to become aware of my emotions, and then you start tapping into your emotions, what's going to happen is initially it'll feel like a fire hose just aimed at your face, just full blast. I mean, the emotions are going to be so intense, so overwhelming, it's going to feel like just unbearable. And that's because you've had so much emotions built up that you haven't looked at over the years, that now that you're looking at them, they all want to be, it's a lot to it's a lot to process, it's a lot to handle, because you've had so much backup. And so every time you ignore an emotion, it's like putting more pressure on this fire hose. So when you open up that fire hose, it's going, if you have a lot of pressure built up, then it's going to seem like a lot. It's going to seem very unbearable, and it will be. But just because it's unbearable doesn't mean that you don't need to look at it. We need to become more comfortable with being uncomfortable. So emotional awareness is important because it has to do with your psychological projection. So this has to do with how you experience the world. It also has to do with your internal conflicts. If, let's say, if on a conscious level you want to manifest a bunch of money, right? But your emotions are saying that's not what mom and dad taught us. That's, having money is wrong and things like that. Then you'll block yourself, because the unconscious mind is very powerful. So you'll actually block yourself, no matter, you'll self-sabotage yourself no matter how much you consciously want money. You consciously say to yourself, oh, I want money, I really, money is good, money will help me, whatever. But then unconsciously, it's like saying, no, money is evil. And so when we aren't aware of our unconscious feelings about whatever it is, then we aren't aware of it. We don't have the capacity to change that. So becoming aware of our emotions, our feelings, our beliefs, our assumptions will help us to understand why we are the way that we are, why we think the way we think, why we behave the way we behave, and things like that. And so becoming aware, and developing an awareness is important, because if we're just operating out of our unconsciousness, then our unconscious is going to determine the course of our life, and that's not good. I've lived that way for the first decade of my life, and it's not good, guys. It's really not good. So so instead, we don't want the unconscious mind to determine our lives. We want the soul to determine our lives. We want our eternal essence, because our eternal essence is powerful. It's infinite. It's infinite energy. So yeah. So guys, let me check on the time real quick, and I will be right back. Yeah, so I think that does it for this video. If you guys would like, I have these links up here for a reason. So if you do want to become more emotionally aware, I am offering support groups. It's kind of like therapy, except I'm not a therapist, I'm a life coach. I never claim to be a therapist at all, but what I can do for you is put you in a support group, and we will help each other to become more aware of our emotions by sharing our honest feeling and things like that. So I find that support groups are a really great way to interact with others in a way that we don't get to interact normally in society. Society is all about, doesn't really care about your feelings. But in support group, then we get to support each other through our difficult feelings and stuff like that. So it's really great. One thing that I've found helpful with the support groups that I've been in the past is that it's a great way to really connect with other people and see that you're not alone in whatever it is that you're going through. We all go through similar challenges and feelings and different things. We all go through challenges in life, and so it's important to connect with others and see that they're going through the challenges just the same as you, and it really helps you to not feel so alone and so isolated and stuff like that, which is what we're going through with this virus thing. So it's a great way to connect with other people on an emotional level and really share your vulnerability, and you can learn to love and appreciate people being vulnerable with sharing their emotions and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a very powerful group there, a very powerful opportunity for you. So I also do one-on-one life coaching, mentoring, spiritual counseling, energy work programs, and things like that. You can catch that on my Patreon, patreon.com/GoBoTheShaman. Gabo the Shaman is basically my main channel. It's the one that I've worked on the most, and so you can also check that out at Gabo the Shaman on YouTube. Okay, guys, so I will talk to you later. I hope everybody can become more emotionally aware and have some good consciousness going on there. So, alright, guys, we'll talk to you later. Peace.